Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Ivy Knows Best. It's me, Mr. Ivy. The whole crew's here today, or majority of the crew's here today. Let's go ahead and get started. Over here we have Miss Christy Stone. What's going on? And we have the super villain Kush. What's going on, bro?
Hello, world.
Also known as the podcast Putin himself. And then we also have, along with for the ride once again, Miss Nicole Harvey. Miss Nicole, what's going on?
Hey, how are y'all?
All right, all right. So look, actually, y'all all look amazing today. Everybody's looking all bright and happy. How's everybody doing? Mental health? How's all that going?
Yeah.
It's
Good.
going.
Wonderful.
Good
All right.
answer, Nicole.
All right, all right, all right. All right, well, so check this out, fans. Because y'all watch our show enough and we love y'all enough, we decided to ask some questions. All right. So we asked the questions, hey, what is something y'all wanted us to discuss here on the podcast? And we would go ahead and we talk about it. All right. So we decided to go ahead and talk about the following two questions that we got from you guys. All right. The first question was this, came from one of our beloved viewers. He said, how do you know when a female is the one? So let's go ahead and let's knock that out. Let's go ahead and let's touch on that. But let's actually make this a dual thing for the lady listeners as well. How do you know also when a man is the one for you? And we're obviously going to go ladies first here on the show. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to defer first to the queen herself. Go ahead, Miss Christy, and let us know. How do you know when he is the one?
I think that might vary from person to person. For me, I just start to for me, I'm like, I could be a little wild. And the right person kind of will settle you and kind of bring a calm over you. Like for me, I'll describe it as a peace that haven't felt before. Just a sense of like calmness and like I could do nothing with you and enjoy your company. Like we could literally sit here in this room and both read a book separately and not be bothered and enjoy the shit out of that moment alone. So for me, it's just doing different shit and bringing me peace.
Okay, okay. All right, Miss Nicole, how about you?
Well, I haven't found the one, but I do know when it don't sit right with my soul, I can't keep continuing on.
Okay, so you know, so more so for you, you know what's not when you know it's not the one, as opposed to when it is.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. All right, and Kush, go ahead. How about yourself?
I just tend to stop doing certain shit for this person, I guess you would say. Like, I won't be so wild all the time.
Mm.
I'll kind of be grounded, stay in the house, want to be under that person.
Oh,
Dream
hey,
boyfriend.
I won't lie. Okay, I don't know if I ever found the one, but I know I am a certified lover boy. Shout out to Drake. So like, I want them people. I ain't gonna say I fall in love easy because it's not really a thing that I do, but I do connect with you a little bit differently when you're the one. Like, you know what I mean? So I start letting you stay over. I start letting you do certain things I wouldn't let somebody do that I wouldn't do. Right? Like I would go out of my way to make sure that you're okay. You know what I'm saying? So like, hey, let me go get you food, even if you ain't asked for it. Let me go buy you flowers, even though you ain't asked for it. Let me, have you stay the night. Do things like that. That's when I kind of know when someone's the one. But for the most part, for the rest of you gentlemen and ladies, you don't know. Congratulations, trial by error. That's the real answer.
Yeah.
Right? You just don't know. You don't know. You got to roll the dice. Everybody's a mixed bag of tricks in this bitch. So that's the reality of it. So,
I feel like also you have to start to identify what you don't want. That's one thing that I started to do. I started to identify I was like last year this time I was dating everybody. You want to holla? Let's go out. Let's chat. Let's see what you're about. And I started to identify, ooh, this nigga drink a lot. Can't we just drink water? Like, why are we literally throwing down like shots at the shot? Like, you're not my girl. I don't need to do this with you. But if I can't be with you without drinking, that's a sign. So we start to have to identify like what I don't want in a person as opposed to what I do want. Because clearly we already know what we don't want. So just start to find it. That's the easy. When you realize like some new shit is coming in, like, oh, I like this. Oh, like this nigga reads. Like that's amazing, just a small thing. Totally different.
he said, "Yo, bro, master letting you read."
Yeah.
You went, oh, you like them types? Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, being one that read do help a lot though.
Yeah. Like my
I
boyfriend
be
watches the
fucking people
news.
head up with that.
I don't watch the news. So that's I hate the news. It's too much bad news. So he's always like talking about this shit. I'm just like, but then it triggers to like great conversation. So you just have to start to look for things like that. Just make you do different shit.
Right on. Now I do have. Now I do. Now we did have a second question too, by the way. But before we do move on to that,
before you go on to your second question, I do have to say this: people fake who they are for the first 3 months, and I think it's like scientifically proven. You cannot fake your real personality or insides for 6 months. So around month 5 or 6, you start to see people's true colors. And then that's when you need to start making decisions on, okay, well, this is the real person because the honeymoon phase has been over. So now you get the real. And then you need to start deciding, kind of like Christy said, okay, this person drinks too much. This person do this. I want to. So yeah, some people fake it till they make it. And once you get into somebody and they've believed all the other bullshit, you have to like peel all of that back to see what's real. So go ahead, second question.
no. That's good. That's good. That's some good insights. I'll be honest with y'all. Hey, but I look back in my past life, I used to just roll the dice on the box. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. If you gave me the box, you was the right one. You feel me? Like, oh, you it? Today's your day. It's you, baby. It's you. You know. But now, the older you get, you can't. You know, the box. Look, the older you get, gentlemen. I don't know about the ladies, but I'll speak to the gentleman on this part. If she give you the box or not, because today's society, which we'll get into a little bit later, is completely different from back in the day. All right, so she give you the box. She could just be giving you the box because she want to try you out. You feel me? That could just be what's going on. So don't ever think that the box is the reason why makes her the one. That's not it. Now, second question. This is gonna be a deep one, and I know it's gonna start some mess. But hey, why not? I want to see some real one-sided traffic in this bitch. Why not? So the next question was: do women accept rejection or deal with rejection at the same way men do? And I would like at this point to start with somebody who will probably kick this shit off a little spicy. So, Kush, go ahead. We'll let you start this now. Do you feel like women accept or are rejected as often as men are? And do they handle it the same way?
They probably aren't rejected as often as men are, especially when dealing with men. It's just my opinion. And they handle rejection and they can't take criticism at all. I've never met a female that you can sit there and say, hey, I don't like this, this, and this. Can you work on it? Who's gonna take that in that moment and not either flip it or turn it into an argument or make it about what you did to make them that way? None of that. I have never seen it. Not even, I'm talking about from a supervisor standpoint at work, from relationships, from sisters, from people I just know in general. No,
Right.
cannot handle it.
I'm glad you said that because I was about to ask what type of females you dealing with, but you just covered the board. So, okay.
Oh, I knew he was good. Kush don't leave no corners untouched.
No, how about this? How about go ahead? Y'all jump in as y'all feel free because I'm not going to say nothing until last. So, y'all go. Nicole, would you like to go next?
Sure, I'm gonna be short and sweet with it. I feel like men get rejected way more than women do. But men handle rejection way worse than women do. I'm gonna give the perfect example. When you go to the gas station and you pump in your own gas, and a man asks, "Oh, can I pump your gas?" and you say, "No, thanks, I'm good." "Oh, well, bitch, you ugly anyway." "Oh, okay, I'll be ugly." Another example, they try and talk to you and they want whatever else, and you politely say, "No, thank you, I'm good." I don't even say I have a boyfriend. No, I'm single. I'm not telling you I have a boyfriend, I'm single. They are so disrespectful. And it's even if you tell them you have a boyfriend, they will respect another man that's not even here before they respect you standing in front of them. So it's like, why can't you handle rejection? Because you get rejected so much. I feel like it should be, since it's happened so often, it should be like a learned thing to politely just accept it and move on. I'm not saying all women take rejection well. I take rejection well because I don't care. There's 3 billion people on this earth. Everyone is not for me. But some women don't handle rejection at all. So
how many times have you been rejected though?
shot, but I'm not them type to like, I don't shoot my shot. I'm not the type to propose to no man. I'm not, no, I don't. If you talk to me, talk to me. If you don't, you don't.
So you're the basket, not the shooter.
Yes.
Okay, because Future already said, baby, shooter gonna shoot. Shooter gonna shoot. How
Hey,
about you, Chris?
oh, my
No, go ahead.
fault.
No, go ahead, Chris. What you gonna go ahead?
I always tell females all the time though, like if that nigga is not chasing you and you chasing him, he don't want you.
Thank
And
you.
if y'all do end up together, you just forced yourself on him.
Yep.
That's
I
why
tell him that all the time.
I say that shit about the ultimatum crowd. The if you don't do this, I'm leaving crowd. All you gonna do is get a resentful ass boyfriend. That's all you about to do, really, or get a resentful ass husband. Let that nigga, that dating with a purpose crowd, y'all better stop that bullshit. Just let a nigga date. Listen, let you do what you supposed to do, and what's supposed to find you is gonna find you. When you start going, if we ain't married within 2.5 years, I'm leaving. Guess what you about to get? You just put pressure on the situation and need no pressure. Because now he got to marry you not to lose you. That's bullying. That's hey, look, y'all call me crazy if y'all want to. That shit crazy. That's an ultimatum. If you don't do this, I'm gone. What? And whoever came with this bullshit that a man will know he want to marry you within 6 months, get him the fuck out of here. Because in 6 months, you don't really know who the fuck she is anyway. Nicole just sat there and just told y'all. You don't know who the fuck she is in 6 months. You better pray. You better pray that she's even told you her whole stories by 6 months. And majority of women ain't about to tell you their whole past within 6 months. That's not happening. You gotta uncover. You gotta uncover that shit as the relationship goes on. 6-7 years down the line, oh yeah, this one time I had sex with Bobby Brown while he was with New Edition. Bitch, how old are we? Who's you doing with his New Edition concert? You gave up the box to Bobby? Must have been. Who knows? But Christy, my fault. I'm so sorry. Christy, go ahead.
Oh, well, I'm very aware how you feel about the dating with a purpose conversation.
Get him out of there.
Well, I'm still here. So.
But go ahead. Not you personally. I understand. Like, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I love Chrissy, but that crowd pisses me off so bad. But Chris, you're not pushy with it.
I get it because they're very aggressive with the thought and the rules and the numbers game and the timing frame. I get it.
Because like Chris, you're not one of those pushy ones. No. There are some pushy ones out there that be like, I want to have this, and this. Oh man, how do I have all these things with you within 6 months? I don't know. There's
credit in 6 months.
Like straight up, people like, if you want to marry her in 6 months, yeah, back in 1940.
Okay, that part.
Because you knew for a fact back then, you're marrying her, son, and that's that.
And the story. Congratulations. Little Susie Q from down the street. Her dad owns a sewing business. They want to fuse businesses. Let's go ahead and get you two married. Like that shit doesn't happen no more, man. Get that shit the fuck out of here. Fucking strange ass shit. Now, since we are talking about today's society and how today's society works, there was a question that was brought up, okay? And the question was funny, but it wasn't funny because it was really a deep one. The question was, in today's society, are we raising husbands and wives, or are we raising individual people who are just made to be single? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was the question. We all came up with our own sweet ass hypotheses and shit like that. But we have one expert on this show when it comes down to raising the child to completion, that is.
To completion.
To completion. Because we all, majority of us have children on the show, but to completion. And that's Miss Christy Stone. So Miss Christy Stone, question. Do you feel like we're raising husbands and wives today? Are we raising just people who are doomed to be single for the rest of their lives?
Such a hard question. Okay, I'm going to speak for myself first. For me, I've been raising him to be a husband because I speak into him all the time. Like, at some point in time, you're going to be the king in your house. And I use those words for him to understand what true leadership is. You are at some point going to be the king in your household. Your wife and children are going to look to you to lead. So I'm trying very hard to build in leadership qualities in him because he's already that. Like the kid is like 6'4". He's the size of a doorway, like literally. Like he's huge. So I want him to embody that as a person. And I try to give him like he's in the process where, what am I going to do with my life? What am I doing for school? And, just kind of, sometimes you got to take a sucker duck job. You got to take a shit job. As a man, you're going to have to do that just to build you as a person. We've all been there doing jobs that we don't want to do. And this generation are very big on like, well, I'm not ever going to do that. I don't want to do that. And I'm just like, nigga, you're going to have to work a Target. You're going to have to take out the trash at Burger King. Them niggas pay $15 an hour too. It's just a shit job, So I'm trying to let him know, like, that's how you grow. You have to do shit that you don't want to do, and also start to make the right decisions. Like, lay out what you want. Here are your options. Make a plan for yourself. Tell me how I can assist you, to make sure that he knows that it's okay to ask for help. And another big thing is, like, as a family, we've been through a lot. Like, it's okay to go to therapy. I've had those conversations. I'm trying to make sure that he knows, like, all the areas where he can, work on and build, and don't be afraid to continue to keep learning, and to tap into his own creativity. Don't think because everyone's doing this, you need to do it too. Always separate yourself from the pack. So I've been trying those things, and some of it sticks, some of it doesn't. This generation's different, but you just keep on trying.
Okay. Now I do have a question though. I do have a question before you go, before I let you off the hook. Because I ask this question all the time. Hold on. I ask my question after Nicole goes. So this way, whenever I say what I'm about to say, y'all both can choose to do whatever y'all want with this. How about you, Nicole? Do you feel like we are raising husbands and wives in today's society, or are we raising people who are just doomed to be single forever?
I cannot answer that to my best knowledge because I have no children. But what I can chime in on is I'm going the test tube route. So I'm getting a sperm baby. I will not have a baby daddy. I don't want the drama. I don't want the bullshit. But my biggest thing is the men in my life are solid enough to be there for my child. But will my child, they will be fatherless, but how can I say this? Sorry. I thought it's the UPS guy. Sorry. I hope the dog doesn't start barking.
She bees in the trap. Like, go here, big dog.
I don't want my child to be fatherless in a sense of like they're longing for something. Like how I look up to my dad, I was raised in a household with two parents and my parents are still together. And so it's always been I learned how to date and pick my men off my father. So, like, if I do have a daughter, how is she going to base her husband or boyfriends off of? Like, based off of the men in my life? It's not really the same. So, that's like my biggest issue is how will my child turn out without a father? So, it's kind of like the deciding factor. But I can say, my friends who do have kids, I feel like they're doing different things that their parents didn't do because they want a different outcome for their children and their futures. So, in a sense, they are raising their kids to be husbands and wives and have two parent households and have the things that they didn't have. Go for it.
Okay. So, here's my question, right? I want to ask the ladies this. Do you think, and this is what I think I've had this conversation with Kush separately on a different occasion, because I believe that a lot of the issues that are had between men and women do come from how they're raised by their mother. Obviously, majority of mothers, especially in our age group, are people who are from our age group were majority raised by their mother, right? That's just what the generation was. Were those mothers raising those sons to be husbands for the women who were coming out then at that time or in the future? Because a lot of parenting isn't futuristic. It's not. It's what's happening right now. Here's what's good, right? For right now, because that's how we view things, right? So I say this all the time. Whenever you find an ain't shit nigga, pardon my language, but ain't shit nigga, he was raised by his mother only, you better check his mama. Because she was raising him to be the type of nigga that she wished she had, as opposed to the type of nigga that the women would need out in these streets, right? This is what happens, right? So a lot of men in today's society that are really good fathers, me, Kush, people like that, like who are actively fathers, were raised correctly by the women in our lives, even though we did make some of the same mistakes that our fathers made. our mothers definitely instilled in us enough to go, hey, nah, that that's not how you're not gonna move like that. You're gonna move like this because I watched, and Krista, I'm pretty sure you raised your son the same way. I've had to do it on my own. I didn't have what I needed from this person. So because I lacked that, you're not going to be that kind of person when you decide to be with somebody because you understood how that affected you, right? Instead of what we have now, which is, bitch, you don't need that nigga. Fuck that. You do it on your own. No, look, listen, Nicole, when you decide to have your test tube, baby, I don't want to call it that, but when you decide to have your test tube, baby, Uncle Eric, Uncle Kush, we got you, okay? If your child needs some real shit, we got it for you. Don't worry about it. I got a whole bunch of children anyway. It is what it is. Used to raise a kid.
Just add to the pack.
Yeah, why not? Go ahead, Kush. How about you? How do you feel about this?
I feel like we more of a do what we see type people. So I feel like even if like it's like to the point Nicole was saying, even if you try to tell your child or teach your child, this is the way to do it, this is the way to do it, this is the way to do it, your child gonna still see you as a single parent, in and out of relationships. And you can say it all you want to, but if it worked for you, he or she gonna feel like it's gonna work for them too. So I don't think that it matters a lot of the time exactly what you say or what you do.
And I think it's really crazy because what I started realizing this generation is that there's way too many people teaching their children how to be what they wish they were too. You know what I mean? Like I never want to teach my child to be what I wish I was. Like I never teach my children, hey, me and Nicole went to high school together, right? Seen each other in the hallways all the time. Spoke to each other, no issue. Nothing. I never raised my children, hey man, I did this, so you need to do this. I don't raise my kids like that. Like, because your high school experience is different from mine. What was happening and I'm about to sound old as shit, but what was happening in 2004 to 2007 or 2003 to 2007 isn't happening in 2022. It's not. So when I raise you, I'm not raising you. I can't raise you with with a 2007 mentality. The clothing got tighter. Niggas, all the kids is on drugs. It's different. I watched Euphoria. I don't know if y'all been watching. I watched Euphoria.
Everyone is up my ass about this show at work. Like, you're not watching? I'm like, no, not.
Girl, look.
Let me tell you something. Before you watch it, it is triggering for certain people. It gives me so much anxiety. I can't even finish a whole episode. It is very triggering. But I need you to watch it.
I don't plan on watching it, so.
No, go watch it. Go watch it. Look, go watch Euphoria. I know they ain't paying us no money, but shout out to Euphoria. All right, because I'm be honest with you, it taught me so much. All right, I have a 14-year-old daughter. I got a teenager. Y'all know this, right? Kush has a daughter around the same age. All right, boom. I didn't know half that shit was going on in schools, like that. Like kids were addicts. Kids were needing therapy. Kids were needing these things. I thought because I thought it was kind of still sort of the same way when we went to high school. All right, maybe you didn't talk about your issues. Maybe you did. There's one or two children who might need some help, but that's about it, right? But majority of these kids are experimenting with drugs way sooner than we were. I didn't start getting high on pills for quite some time. It took me a while to start getting into pills. These little niggas is jumping off the porch with pills. Can I kick some real shit to y'all, please? Weed, fine. Liquor, cool. I did not find out about pills like that until the VA started sending them in the mail. You understand what I'm saying to you? All right. When the VA was like, hey, bro, I got something for you, it take the edge off. Then you start taking them, you like, damn, these shits really do feel good. But imagine a kid who starts off with a Percocet. Imagine a kid who starts off with a Valium. Imagine a kid who starts off with those type of things that's their first interaction. It'd be like crack being your first drug. Imagine if back in the 80s, crack was the first thing you did. What? And we wonder why everybody in the school walking around all fucked up. That's why.
I mean, I'm grateful my kid is out of high school. So
he probably did some things, but he'll never explain to you, and I hope he never tells you. There's
high school, like 5 kids in it.
Now, I know my daughter don't tell me nothing. I caught her on TikTok doing some other stuff on the situation. When I caught up with it, I was like, damn, all these kids is doing this? I won't even mad at her no more.
I think you gotta really like teach them to be to make sure they individuals, like let them know they don't have to like and do the same shit that everybody else do. Like
Mhm.
that's what I do. Like, cause you can't shelter nobody. I don't care how many rules you got at home, what religion. When they go out in that world for them few hours they out there, they can get exposed to anything at any time. You just gotta, just let them know they can make the right decision if they want to.
Yeah.
And depending on what city they live in, man, shit can be readily available to you. Like, can you imagine? No offense to Atlanta. Imagine the kid living in Atlanta, living where, all type of shit going on.
Let me tell you how Atlanta high school kids are grown ass adults. My friend is a high school teacher. He is in the club and the kids come running up to him trying to dap him up and he be trying to hide. Atlanta kids are on a whole nother level. It's sad.
Yeah, I think any large inner city place like that, Dallas, Houston, Austin, Miami, Atlanta, LA, New York. I mean, I'm telling you, like that, the things these kids experience completely are, and this is why, going back to what we were talking about, this is why it's important that we're raising our kids to be things. Now, here's what my opinion is. This is just my opinion. I don't think that we're raising husband and wives nowadays. I think we stopped raising husband and wives when we eliminated the need for a specific type of discipline in the home, right? I'm be honest with you. Like when you stop being able to whoop your child ass, you stop raising a husband and a wife. You really did. I mean, I think that's what I think happened. I think when that changed, when we start going, hey, you could discipline your child, but you need to use your words. What? Nigga, my mama didn't use no words. No, the time for talking was at the beginning. Hey, son, don't do this shit. You get out in these streets and you do that shit and she found out, whatever she chooses to do was about to happen. Because she's already spoke to you one time, right? But those days are over. You got to now, massage your child into different things. So I don't think that we are or have been raising people and raising people as husbands and wives for quite some time. I think individually they have to choose to want to do that now. And the only way for them to do that isn't even seeing it no more. Like I understand like what Kush was saying earlier. Hey, they're gonna do what they see and they're gonna do what they want to do anyway, right? Depending on what they're exposed to. But a lot of their exposure is in marriage. Hey Nicole, what's the stat on divorce right now anyway? What are we looking at? Are we looking at more than half at this point? More than half of
So
marriages in
now
divorce?
it's different. Before the pandemic, it was a way less. I think it was almost like 28 before the pandemic. I don't know what it is now, but it's 10 times worse now than it was before. Just because during the pandemic, they had to sit in a house with each other, stuck
And
for
they
months.
they
And so
miss
they
their
realized, like,
side pieces.
like I really don't like this person. Where's my other boo thing? Like, I'm trying to get back outside, but we got curfew, so I can't go creep. So yeah, divorce rose after the pandemic, but
I'm gonna go crazy, baby.
yeah.
Shout out to those people. Oh, my bad.
Wow.
I want to say one thing though. I feel like as we go on with time, generation after generation after generation, how we go about life is completely different because kind of like our generation, Christy, no disrespect, but you might not sit with this because you're a tiny bit older. But
Oh no.
we saw our
But
parents getting
hang on,
divorced.
Nicole. Nicole, did you say a tiny bit older?
She is only a tiny bit.
Man, look.
We are old. Don't do that. You are
Man,
not no damn young spring 20-year-old chick.
man, I'm 23.
Women stop at 25 in my world.
Well, I'm
That's
about to
what
be 33. I ain't
At,
about to lie,
at,
y'all. The
at
hell?
work, they be like 60. Be like, how old do you think I am? 25.
on the right answer.
Oh, I love him.
Nah, Chris, that's what I was saying. Nah, Chrissy 23. Chris ain't older than us. She younger than us.
We on the
She
same
was out in
page.
the Uber. She was out in the Uber getting drunk that one day when she called up on live, got mad at us. I ain't been in the Uber in a while. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Chris is like, let me tell you ass something.
That's how I live my life.
But my fault, Nicole. Go ahead. What was you saying?
You're good. Just that as like generational occurrences happen, we all change. So like our generation saw chaos. We didn't see 9/11. We didn't see all types of things. Our parents getting divorced. The whole LGBTQ thing take off. We've seen it all. So going forward, we were different. The generation under us, they didn't witness all the same things that we witnessed. So now they're doing different things. The generation under us, they're getting married. They have a higher marriage rate than we do because they're seeing life differently than we do. And so now even the younger kids coming up under the toddlers and babies and things now, they are going to see a whole nother different life. And like you said, at some point our parents couldn't beat us. That's illegal. So as things in society change, so will everyone else and how they go about life, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. Very eloquent.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
See, but the biggest problem, I'm gonna say what the biggest problem is, there's no heroes nowadays. But because
Everybody
we don't,
gets a participation award.
yeah, everybody, there's no heroes. But you know what we do have? On this show, we have a supervillain. And that motherfucker has a whole lot of shit to say. Kush, go ahead and kick these people in the smelly ass with the supervillain sessions. Let's get it.
All right, on today's supervillain sessions, I just want all you motherfuckers to stop being fake with yourselves and draw lines in the sands about everything in y'all fucking life. I'm tired of the fake personas on social media. I'm tired of the fake hair, the fake bodies, tired of the fake faces. I'm tired of the broke niggas with the fake clothes. I'm tired of all of the fakeness in the world. Let's get some realness back. I'm like Kendrick, wear the ass with the stretch marks. Like, what's up? Let's bring the realness back. Everybody. Draw the line, pick a side. Let's go.
I like it. I like it. Now look,
fake people around Kush, Lord.
Okay, Jesus.
look, it's like for example, I like what he's saying though, because it's really like, look, Tina the Tiger is a whole lot sexier than the Barbie doll bitch, in my opinion, right? For real, like, and there's nothing wrong with, like, all right, there's nothing wrong with nip tucking your shit because you feel like what you know, do what you want to do with your body, your choice. You know what I mean? You're beautiful regardless. But the reality of the situation is, right? I think that as men, I can't nip tuck everything, right? Like it just is what it is. Like that's not happening. Like there's coochie restoration. You know, people restoring the box.
No people buy bigger dicks.
Okay.
Who buys bigger dicks?
Oh, what's the thing?
A penile implant is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you they don't work. Nothing they make for men work for real without side effects.
It may not get a bitch pregnant, but it's gonna fuck the shit out of her.
Okay.
Hey, let me help you out right quick. Listen, let me help you out. I don't believe that shit work like that. I ain't seen nobody talk about it except for
talk about it.
Except when they're taking them $600 stemmies for new jimmies. I seen that was on Black Twitter for a while. That was funny as shit. But other than that, I don't even want to research no shit like that. But
women talk about vaginal rejuvenation because a baby comes through it.
Yeah.
Right,
but talk about tightening my pussy just in case she might not have went well through the situation.
So let me.
Hey, look, I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. If my shit don't work for you, your pussy too big.
I think that's how that's how most men be thinking. Like ladies, look, no offense to y'all. Look, no offense. We do not care how sex feels to y'all all the time. Men are super selfish lovers. We are selfish lovers. If you do not tell us or we're not taught by a woman how to be more attentive, it don't matter. It don't matter.
I'm not gonna say all that, but
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be real with you. Think about it. Look, if you got that supersized Amazon box, ain't nobody opening that box, baby. You know, I know that box wanted a dress for me as soon as I opened up the door and saw that motherfucker. I never ordered nothing that big. You know what I'm saying? Want no box like that. You better go out and get UPS, come get this shit. I don't want this in that back wherever you got it from. Send me the box as a dress for me. Right? That's how most men think. But in reality, gentlemen, there's different types of boxes out there. And because there is vaginal rejuvenation out there, I have never seen no penis rejuvenation. Hey, we're gonna make your dick 8 inches bigger. What? I ain't never heard. Y'all can take y'all coochie from being whatever to.
I bet the recovery time for that shit is probably like some years, especially if you do it older.
It's like 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
That seemed like that would take a while. Like,
And
I
I
don't
bet you
know.
for your penis to take 6.5 months for your dick to still
Well, I'm
work,
sure
you
for
can't have sex for
vaginal
4
they
years.
do a whole lot deeper stuff. But like when you give birth, if that thing
No,
tears, they
no.
gotta throw some stitches in that hole before you can.
I'm talking about the penis
Oh well,
surgery.
that sounds really
Yeah, you
I
can't
scary.
use
bet
it.
you'll probably do that shit and can't even use it for like 2 years.
And and then your shit might not even be the same no more. The
Bro,
sensation be gone.
the do you know how sensitive that fucking thing is?
Well, no, I
And
don't.
to have surgery
Okay.
on it and implant
Well,
shit
no,
in
I
it
don't.
and
I
See, but
know
it,
how it
bro,
reacts when you
I
put it a
know that
certain
would be
way.
I know that would be a long recovery.
see, but
That
hey,
would not be worth it.
hey, but it goes to show you, right, exactly how they feel about the penis. I don't give a fuck how that motherfucker feel. I know how it make me feel. That's all I give a fuck about. But we the same exact way.
Oh,
Coochie,
you know.
whatever. Open the box, bitch. That's what I want. Open it. Open the box. It is what it is. They be the same way. Come on, bitch, give me the pole. All right, I'm coming. Like you gonna do whatever she wants you to do. Like, selfish loving ass niggas. Hate y'all. Fucking hate y'all so much. Now, look, guys, as wonderful as this conversation is, right? We've gone slightly off the rails, but we're gonna bring it right on back. All right, to this point here. Okay, A, you never know when someone's the one. Roll the dice, big dog. B, I don't think did I ever say that whether I feel like women accept rejection well? Did I ever say anything about that? I
I
didn't.
don't think you have to.
I don't think I have to. Because I don't think that they do. I don't think the women accept rejection well at all. I don't think the women are rejected enough for them to even really feel rejection. I think they're rejected by the niggas that they all right. They reject the niggas that they don't want. It's the niggas that they want that provide them a rejection. And
It
women are highly skilled at picking who they want to lay with, who they want to fuck with. Highly skilled at this. They know what's up. So, for example, if you were to slide in whoever your favorite movie star's DM is and he denies you, they would count that as rejection. That's not rejection. That nigga's way too far in profile, right? A male counts rejection being, hey, I saw you pumping gas, for example, or I saw you doing hair. I thought you were cute. Now I'm good. We get that shit all the time. You get rejected by the most regular woman in the world. Instagram and Facebook has made women become, whoever they want to be. So they will reject you even if you are in some stature.
narcissist.
Oh,
Jesus.
wow. What was that, Kush? What was that last part? What did you say they were?
Narcissist.
You know what? Before we go, let's touch on this right quick. I want to see something. Nicole, how do you feel about this? Kush, what did you say the women wear last week?
I didn't say that all of them were. I said that the definition said that it is mostly found in men. In today's world, it's mostly found in women, by definition.
Thank you, Nicole. I feel like your face says a lot. What do you have to say about that, Nicole?
I want him to elaborate a little bit more.
Okay, let me try simplest form. Eric.
Yeah.
You stand at a door at a gas station. Let's say you hold the door open for 20 people, 10 men, 10 women.
Mm-hmm.
You voluntarily hold the door open. How many are going to say, who you think going to say thank you the most?
I think I'll hear more from gentlemen than I would from women.
Ooh, why?
Because I think that for a woman, I think it's expected for me to be, I guess from the way I'm raised and the way we're raised down here, it's expected. Me being a gentleman, me holding the door for you is something that's kind of expected.
It's expected, but why aren't you saying thank you?
That's a question for them. I'm not sure why they would. I think that because they would feel like they're entitled to
You
that
don't
type
got
of
no manners. That's the
treatment.
only reason why someone wouldn't say thank you.
Exactly.
Because you don't have manners because you're a narcissist. You feel like you're owed that. He's supposed to stand there and hold that door for you.
I'm from New York. Ain't nobody supposed to do nothing.
Okay,
But mind your business and keep pushing.
I'm just saying, but
with manners and with humanity, thank you.
But he does have a point in this regard though. You do expect a man to be a gentleman, right? So if you're at a place, hypothetically speaking, and it's a free for all, okay, cool, whatever, right? Like if a fight starts, so we're all hanging out and a fight starts, I'm like, look, y'all get the car started. Hey, Kush, it is what it is, nigga. Well, hey, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
You can go get in the car too.
No, no, that don't make me no difference how it's going. What I'm saying is, I would expect the women to go ahead and slide. Go ahead. Like, and I would expect the gentleman, whoever we're having this issue with, to understand these are women, right? And women be like, you know what, cool, I'm not going to get into this. Now, do all men do that? No. They just start doing whatever, and then women are subject to whatever they feel that they're subject to. Right? Same thing with, hey, I'm going to hold the door open for you because you're a woman. You do that nowadays, bro, your ass in trouble. You be like, we're not equal. Like, what? It's not about us being equal. It's about
I only run across the we not equal stuff is if it's beneficial to them. Not like no shit like that. I ain't never heard of it. No shit like no situation like that.
I've had it like one.
So let me say one thing.
Go ahead.
Not all women are on that. One, two. Not all men are opening doors. So when a man actually opens a door for me, I am very excited and I'm going to tell it, thank you, sir. Have a good day. Like, I'm going to go the extra mile to let him know I appreciate it because that doesn't happen too often. I literally walked into places behind men and they don't hold the door and the door shut, like in my face. But also, we as humans cannot put expectations on other people, especially strangers that we don't fucking know. We are not owed anything. We're not entitled.
I love that point.
And like you said,
all people, right?
Yeah, all people. I do expect a man to be a gentleman and open the door for me, but I'm not going to go the extra mile and, oh, nigga, you ain't open the door. Fuck wrong with you? Like, who the fuck raised you? No. Like, you don't have to open the door if you don't want to. And I do kind of expect it, but realistically, I'm not expecting you to do shit for me. You don't know me.
I had that problem at work a lot, and I have to tell females at work, like they'd be like, "Hey, can you help me with this box?" And I'm like, "Nah, like no." And she's like, "Oh, you're rude. You're this. You're that. The other guy would have helped me." Well, ma'am, to me, when we're at work, you get paid to do this. You're a coworker. You're not a woman when you in here with me. Sorry, like
I could see if
you
it was
get
like
paid to do this. And they asked you in the interview if you could lift however many pounds you supposed to lift. You said yeah. Like
but if it was something like, hey, I can't do this, like I really need the help, you wouldn't help?
That's different. But they be wanting they finesse men into doing their job for them all day.
I ain't gonna lie though, and when you do that shit at home though, it loosen up the tape on the box, you heard? Tell me I'm lying. Babe, can you get that for me? It's too heavy for me. Even though you saw I picked that shit up the other day.
That's my woman at home. We're at work. Like the situation is different.
But that's what
my
what I'm
woman,
saying.
I'm getting up for anything. I'm finna get up, pop the top off the ice cream.
But allow me to show you why that creates the narcissism.
Because it always comes back to the
because it's an expectation. My man is expected to be stronger than me. My man is expected to be able to do these things, right? But what if you had a weenie ass nigga who couldn't open up a jar of pickles?
Why you a weenie ass nigga? Okay.
But what if he's an amazing person and his personality's on point and all that?
No.
Okay, that doesn't matter to you?
Like you said, that ain't the right one.
One of the main things they look for is protection. The weenie ain't gonna work.
Exactly.
They gotta know when they out in public with you that ain't nobody finna do or say shit to them.
Hey, you want no secret? I done seen so many niggas who ain't shit with some fine ass bitches, weak ass niggas. And then what'll happen is a fight will start, he be getting his ass whooped, and you turn around, you see his girl on that nigga back, trying to save her nigga. You know, they gotta break up immediately. That nigga that was beating you up, we need to institute this rule. If you get in a fight, gentlemen, I don't know nobody fighting no more, but if y'all was doing that and you getting your ass whooping your girl in the club with you or in a situation, that's that man woman now. You lost in front of your bitch, it's over. You got to forfeit your woman. He gets your woman now. And the only way you know what a nigga about is if he walking around 4 or 5 different women. You know he whoops a bunch of niggas now. He confiscated like Affinity Stones. The nigga went out and grabbed 6 different women whooping you niggas. That's what we need to start doing, because that's what I'm saying. These weak ass niggas end up with these women all the time. It happens all the time. All the time. And this is where the narcissism
how they got themselves into these women being weak, lying and saying I am someone who I am not, and the 6 months then pass and they still trying to keep their way in there.
Also,
so of course, situations bring out that weakness, and a female gonna see the real colors.
Also, I think that I mean to interrupt you, but also I think that women nowadays love feminine men. They love really soft, emotional ass men.
You saw Christy eyes.
Yeah, no, I believe that shit. I believe a lot of today's men, a lot of today's men. There's a whole big version of beta cuck ass men out here,
Baby,
soft
where your
ass
nail
men,
polish shit?
right? Who have got their ways into all these women because these women don't have to compete for that nigga.
Mm.
Women when women have to compete for the alpha male is the one that the nigga that's doing all the rejecting that women be dealing with. Is that nigga? The niggas who she ain't got to deal with rejection from is the finger paint wearing ass nigga, like the weak ass, soft ass little boy. They ain't got to deal with that. You come over here, baby. Listen, you gonna sit down. You gonna be quiet. You ain't gonna talk all the time. Yeah, and not be. And I know you looking at me all crazy, but you gonna come in here. You gonna be ladylike. Cause guess what? Guess what's gonna happen? My masculine energy is big as fucking this motherfucker. I'm gonna open up doors for you. Make sure you protect me with your everything. What you need, baby? Okay, cool. You upset about something? What are you upset about? You gonna talk? You're not gonna act all crazy. No, you ain't gonna act. We got some sense over here. That's what that requires. Over here, that's what it requires. Over there, though, do what the fuck you want to do over there, niggas. You dealing with bitches anyway.
So this is where that's why people say like women are narcissists, because you have a lot of women now, unfortunately, who are the whole I don't need a nigga for this. I don't shut up, stop it.
Thank you.
Nobody said that you need them. As humans, we want companionship. So there's nothing in life that I necessarily need. Do I want these things? Of course. As a man, you want to feel respected and heard in your relationship. As a woman, we want to feel safe and protected. So people just need to stop with the bullshit. Like, I am completely with everything that you said, Eric. So in that sense, I do agree that women might be narcissistic, but it's not all women. It literally is just that woman who is, I don't need this because I got
Why
this.
y'all keep saying all?
Because a lot of times when you hear men speak, that's how they categorize things.
I never said all.
I didn't say you. Didn't say Kush. I was just clarifying because that's a very big narrative that a lot of men like. You women are gold diggers. Social media has created this fake reality, to go back to what Kush was saying. So everything, I don't want the goddamn balloons and the baby showers and the will you marry me thing in the background. She was corny. Like, nigga, ask me to marry me after we watch Law and Order. Like, everyone don't need to see it. We don't need everyone in your business.
Hey, is it right after that weird sound Law and Order got?
Boom, boom, boom. You know that little thing. Yeah.
Hopefully not an SVU episode. Like, oh my god,
SVU is my show.
That would you should get him looked at if it's after an SVU episode.
Right. Oh, this nigga murdered 15 women. I can't wait to marry you. Let's get married. Will you marry?
That just turned me on,
like
baby.
That crazy shit.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I think the coldest way to ask a woman to marry you. I was watching Rocky, right? When he proposed to Adrian walking around, he goes, "Hey, I was wondering, would you want to marry me a little bit?" I was like, "That's what I'm talking about, nigga.
Rest of your life.
Just a little bit."
Nah, man, I like how Sherman acts. He was like, I can't really get it out. Shh, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
A little light bud.
Do you know how cold that is? That's a romantic as shit. That right there, the way he did with the lightning bugs and all that.
Yeah.
That's you gotta be a cold ass nigga. You gotta be a cold ass nigga for that. But like the way Rocky did,
he was the scientist though.
Yeah, Rocky was like, look, I've been punched in the head a whole bunch of times. I know I ain't got shit. I live in the hood. You live in the hood. The only thing I got is love. Baby, look, marry me a little bit.
And Bupkis, the dog.
Yeah, and Bupkis. All I got is me and my dog. That's it. What's up? What you want to do? Right? And she was like, yeah, I'm with it. I'm with that shit. Tiger all walking in the background in the zoo. It's all, whatever, So look, if y'all ever do get an opportunity to run into anyone who is a hopeless romantic, you either get butterflies or you get the other one.
Let me talk to my niggas one time. Y'all just don't go out like Forrest Gump, bro.
Oh,
don't let it get you like that, bro.
Don't be fighting no nigga because she's fucking him in the car and then he going too far and she don't like it. Now you in there defending him.
Now if it had died and I got this boy, I need you, Forrest. I need you, Forrest. Don't be Forrest, bro.
I don't know what she died of, but I assumed it was AIDS.
Yeah, they alluded to AIDS in the movie. They
And I
did.
would allude that the Forrest probably would need to go get checked because he had a
Right.
No,
child with this
See,
woman.
I think about this
he
all the time.
probably never fucked her again. He probably just took care of her till she died.
Yeah, but all it
Like
takes is one time
you
for you to
gotta
get
think
AIDS.
about his personality.
And no offense to anyone with just be clear, we're not making fun of it. We're just saying that
There was no health
there was
consciousness.
no health consciousness in that entire storyline. Like, look, yeah, we had a kid together, Forrest.
It
Oh,
was
okay.
1990. Give them people a break, bro. It's
No,
it was,
listen,
But the thing
nope,
that you saying, it was
nope.
1990. That was around, there was a lot going on.
No, but I agree. Don't yeah.
I always think about that, Eric. I thought I was the only person who thought about that. I always think about it like,
okay, well, since we on them type of subjects, why was Craig and Smokey hustling for $200 when Smokey had $100 the whole time?
they still need 100 more.
Okay.
So why they was trying to get 200 out of everybody?
Because all I knew was like $100
You always
left.
gotta keep a little extra in the
And,
pocket.
and why he did just give Big Worm the 100 and say I gotta sell the rest.
Because Big Worm gonna say, I need all my shit.
Or the real question is, how come when he said, "Hey man, do you got the rest of my money or the rest of my dope?" He was still smoking dope the rest of the day. He just gave him what he had. He kind of could have been, "Hey bro, you a little short. All right, nigga. Hey, look, probably whoop him up a little bit in the alley or something and just keep it." But no, I ain't even. You know what
But
though?
yeah,
That's crazy.
waste
Like,
of a whole hour and 40 minutes when I put that together. I was like, whoa.
yeah. And you know, let's be honest. Let's be honest though. We got how many movies because of that? $200. A lack of $200 got us 3 to 4 movies.
Okay. Yeah. We'll be thankful for it.
You know, we'll take it. Thanks, Ice Cube. You know what I mean? Thanks, guys. DJ
right?
Pooh. Yeah. So, other than that, guys, look, it's been a wonderful show today. Anybody got anything special planned today?
It's Sunday. Max never
We're like actually momming and making a meal today, so we'll see how that works out.
Wish somebody would make me a meal. I need to find a wife.
Y'all hear that, ladies? Y'all hear that, ladies out there?
No.
Y'all hear that, ladies out there?
That was a joke.
Hang on. Hey, now, hey, hold on. And fans of this show, you got to be careful with them. Did y'all see the weird shit these motherfuckers was asking me? I love y'all. Did y'all see that though? No, was I on person? Someone asked, "When are you gonna let me wax you?" What? Wax what?
You look like a hairy beast, I guess.
Maybe. Let's just use it. Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. You know, let's just hope that's what they were saying. All right, because I would hate to have to,
get waxed.
probably was gonna happen because ain't nobody gonna believe it. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody, well, you're being sexually harassed. That doesn't happen to you. You're a man. But that's another situation. Sexual harassment is real. All right, everybody.
Hey, she be making these faces down here.
No, Nicole, bro, listen. All right, let me tell y'all something about Nicole. Hold on, let me tell you how I met her.
She speak with her face.
Bro, I met Nicole on an accident in high school. And she's been the same way ever since I met her. The same way. Ain't nothing been different.
I've gotten better. I progressed. Because staying the same ain't gonna get you shit.
Well, I'm not saying you haven't progressed in specified ways. I'm just saying
I'm true to myself. Yes, I am.
Right. She is who she is. You get what you get. All right. And you don't throw a fit. She'll tell you, nigga, we not doing that. What she tell me one day, she's like, nigga, you were never an option. You got 3 kids. You was never an option. She told me that like, oh, I'm like, bro, what? Like, what? Because we talking about what type of niggas she's into, right? I was like, most dudes your age are going to have kids. And she was like, nigga, no, niggas like you are not an option. 3 kids? No, thank you. I was like, wow. But it's real. Yes. It's real, though. It's real. I can't knock it.
Be real with yourself. You can't be dragging people along.
If you paint your own toes, you are not an option.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah.
No way.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I can let that go. I can let that go.
No way.
Hey, no, you're not an option if you don't got your kids. If you're a woman,
that's definitely.
You ain't got your kids. I can't fuck with you, baby. Because whatever you did to your child, you can probably do to mine. I got a whole bunch of kids too, so like, you feel me? I hate that to kill you for one of them. Like, don't play with me about my kids at all. Like, if you play about your kids, that's you, but I don't play about mine. So, it's not even a question. But other than that, look, I want to thank y'all for joining us once again. Thank y'all for the questions. Keep them coming, man.
I have one more statement. Since y'all are parents, this might help y'all a little bit. I was talking to my mom this weekend, and she was saying how she didn't as a younger mother, she didn't prepare herself for parenting the adult ages. And so she wishes she could have had the tools to, like Chris said, we parent in the now.
I
She
said
wishes
that.
she had the tools to continuously like look forward to the future and prepare us better. So for y'all, take that advice of like, don't just parent in the now. Like Christy said, I do different things and tell him different things. Parent for the future. Because now my parents are scrambling, talking about, I don't know how to deal with it. I know I still how to be a parent like this at this age. Your kids will always be your kids until you die. It don't matter how young, how old. Just take the approach of, and I get it, day-to-day life is a lot, but try and take the approach of, I'm looking into the future. Let me help my kid later down the line now versus in the future.
Yeah. And I will
Sure.
say, like, you don't realize how much hard, because you think like, oh, when they're babies, it's so hard. I'm not sleeping. I'm not this. And when they get to like, when they have to start to make life decisions, like you have to now start to, go back into like, what did I need from my parents when I was growing up? Because that's what I start to think. Like, I was raised in a home just like Nicole with both parents. And I watched, as immigrants to this country, I watched how they had to grow and think and like how they had to go about taking care of us and building a future for us and them at the same time. So it's now like me going back into that and, going back into a 15-year-old watching my parents hustle and not realizing like my mom is never home. She's working so hard and daddy's out trying to get it and build the business at the same time. Like I'm now trying to put those things together and just show him like, you have to start to think for not just now and don't let anyone lead you in the direction that they want you to go in. Because I was led into the career that I didn't choose and was not happy doing it. So I don't want him to be 32 years old trying to figure out like what my path is. So I'm talking to him like making sure that choose your path and make sure that we're in an era where almost anything that you want to do is possible. You just have to be willing to put in the work. So I have to like now go back into my childhood and see the things that I wasn't seeing as a child in an adult through an adult's eye now and try to teach that lesson to my son. So I love that you're like your mom gave you that tip, and brought it to your reality and thinking about like shit is hard. It's not a joke.
And some things are now, some things are futuristic too. Like you know what I mean? Like, hey, like I know people. I know I say a lot of funny, weird little shit here and there. I tell my daughters don't be kissing these niggas in the mouth.
Facts.
I tell my sons don't be kissing these females in the mouth. Right? I be saying this right now. The reason why I say these type of things is because I know what you will do as a child because I did them. Right? But at the same time, there's also some things that you may be doing before I was doing them. So if I can kind of cut you off before you get to that point, I can kind of like keep you from doing it. But futuristically speaking, you guys are both very much so correct in saying, hey, look, man, you just gotta all the parents out there. I grew up. I tell my 14-year-old all the time, she better be 15 this year. Baby girl, we grew up together. Whether you want to believe it or not, we grew up together. I did not know what the hell I was doing. What? Like you think? Look, if you are having children between the ages of 18 or let's say earlier, some people having kids at 16, between teenage years and mid 20s, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And then the funny part is, when you're in your 30s, you still don't know what you're doing, but you just have a
Yeah,
better grasp of how to do it.
it's way easier with my youngest than it was with Kyle when he was his age. I got way more tolerance and stuff. It's way easier.
Yeah, because my daughter's asking me, "Well, you're only like that with Israel, my son, because he's your boy." I said, "No, it's because it's 25. That's why I was a different financial position. Like I wasn't like things are different than they were when I was 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, still making really big time decisions and really big time mistakes in those decisions. So, but that's just a piece of realness for y'all. But other than that, do what the fuck y'all want to do. Y'all adults, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do anyway. So, other than that, anybody else have anything else for the people? No?
Christy.
Got nothing.
Oh yeah, by the way, we will be kicking off a new sweet thing called the Battle of the Sexes. Team Kush versus Team Christy. All right. So Team Supervillain, Team Ladies Lair, it's coming out. It's coming. All right, we're gonna let y'all get into it because they're really entertaining, and I think it's gonna be fun. All right, but other than that, listen, guys, as always, it's Ivy knows best. Holla at me.